ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। I will share my Tattvabodha file. It is in PowerPoint. So every class we are chanting to the text. To the text in progress now. So we will chant the text from the beginning to the sentence what we are saying today. I hope all of you can see the screen. Can you see my PowerPoint screen?
Yes.
Okay. I'll make it full size. Okay. Can you see now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can repeat after me. Om Vasudevendra-yogindram
Vasudevendra-yogindram
Natva jnanapradam gurum
Natva jnanapradam gurum
Mumukshunam hitarthaya
Mumukshunam hitarthaya
Tattvabodho bhidiyate
Tattvabodho bhidiyate
Sadhana chatushkaya sampannadhikarinam
Sadhana chatushkaya sampannadhikarinam
Moksha sadhana bhutam
Moksha sadhana bhutam
Tattva viveka prakaram
Tattva viveka prakaram
Vakshyamaha
Vachyamaha
Sadhana chatushkayam kim
Sadhana chatushkayam kim
Nitya nitya vastu vivekaha
Nitya nitya vastu vivekaha
Iha mutrartha phalabhoga viragaha
Iha mutrartha phalabhoga viragaha.
There is a typo. Iha, that Iha dirgha should be there. Iha is just a mistake. I'll correct it in the next class. Shamadi shatka sampattihi
Shamadi shatka sampattihi
Mumukshutvam cheti
Mumukshutvam cheti
नित्यानित्यवस्तु विवेकः कः
नित्यानित्यवस्तु विवेकः कः
नित्यवस्तु एकं ब्रह्म
नित्यवस्तु एकं ब्रह्म
तद्व्यतिरिक्तं सर्वम् अनित्यम्
तद्व्यतिरिक्तं सर्वमनित्यम्
अयम् एव नित्यानित्यवस्तु विवेकः
अयम् एव नित्यानित्यवस्तु विवेकः
विरागः कः
विरागः कः
इह स्वर्गभोगेषु इच्छाराहित्यम्
इह स्वर्गभोगेषु इच्छाराहित्यम्
शमादिषट्कसम्पत्तिः का
शमादिषट्कसम्पत्तिः का
शमः दमः उपरमः
शमः दमः उपरमः
तितिक्षा श्रद्धा समाधानं च इति
तितिक्षा श्रद्धा समाधानं च इति
शमः कः
शमः कः
मनोनिग्रहः
मनोनिग्रहः
दमः कः
दमः कः
चक्षुरादि इन्द्रियनिग्रहः
चक्षुरादि इन्द्रियनिग्रहः
उपरमः कः
उपरमः कः
स्वधर्मानुष्ठानम् एव
स्वधर्मानुष्ठानम् एव
तितिक्षा का
तितिक्षा का
शीतोष्णसुखदुःखादिसहिष्णुत्वम्
शीतोष्णसुखदुःखादिसहिष्णुत्वम्
श्रद्धा कीदृशी
श्रद्धा कीदृशी
गुरुवेदान्तवाक्येषु विश्वासः श्रद्धा
गुरुवेदान्तवाक्यादिषु विश्वासः श्रद्धा
समाधानं किम्
समाधानं किम्
चित्तैकाग्रता
चित्तैकाग्रता
एतत् साधनचतुष्टयम् ततः तत्त्वविवेकस्य अधिकारिणः भवन्ति तत्त्वविवेकः कः
तत्त्वविवेकः कः
आत्मा सत्यः
आत्मा सत्यः
तदन्यत् सर्वं मिथ्या इति आत्मा कः
आत्मा कः
स्थूलसूक्ष्मकारणशरीरात् व्यतिरिक्तः
स्थूलसूक्ष्मकारणशरीरात् व्यतिरिक्तः
पञ्चकोशातीतः सन्
पञ्चकोशातीतः सन्
अवस्थात्रय साक्षी
अवस्थात्रय साक्षी
सच्चिदानन्दरूपः सन्
सच्चिदानन्दरूपः सन्
यः तिष्ठति स आत्मा
यः तिष्ठति स आत्मा.
Okay, this is the last sentence we saw. We will continue from this sentence. Atma kaha. We need to explore this Atma. So now we can mute your mic. So we'll discuss Atma kaha. We'll continue our discussion. Atma kaha. What is Atma? Those who have not attended the previous class, please listen to the previous classes. It is in the continuation. So certain things I may not explain, or certain things I just take it for granted that you know, and I'll carry out the discussion. Atma kaha. What is Atma? The disciple asks, what is Atma? Atma kaha. स्थूल सूक्ष्म कारण शरीरात् व्यतिरिक्तः पंचकोशातीतः अवस्थात्रय साक्षी सच्चिदानंदरूपः आत्मा. Atma is that which is distinct from stula sukshma karana shariram. Stula gross, sukshma subtle, karana causal body. So stula shariram, sukshma shariram, karana shariram. Atma is distinct from gross body, subtle body, and causal body. Vyatiriktah, it is distinct. Panchakoshatitaha, that which is atitaha, beyond the 5 levels of experience. Panchakoshatitaha. Avastatraya sakshi. Sakshi. Atma, it is the witness of this avastatrayam, the three states of experience. Trayam means 3. Avastha, state, the condition. So it is the witness of the 3 states of experience. Sacchidananda Rupaha, which is Atma, which is in the form of Sat, that is existence, Chit, consciousness, Ananda Rupaha, Ananda is completeness, fullness. There is no need for Atma to be fulfilled. It is complete. That is Atma. Yaka tishtati saha Atma. This is the definition. This is the definition of Atma in the vision of the Shastra. From Shastric perspective, this is what Atma is. This I is Atma. I, the capital I within quote, I is Atma. Therefore, Atma kaha can be translated as who am I? Atma kaha, who am I? That would be a better translation instead of saying what is Atma. We can use the Uttama Purusha Ekavachanam Aham for Atma. Atma is the word for Pratama Purusha Ekavachanam. The same, for the same word Atma, we can use Uttama Purusha Ekavachanam, that is Agam, I. So, Atma kaha can be translated as who am I? That would be a better translation. If it is translated so, then our vichara, our inquiry becomes clear. It is about me. Otherwise, what will happen? What is Atma? It will lead to that Atma is also an object which is to be inquired upon. Atma is not an object. It's not an external object. Something which is available external, which I have to take up for inquiry. No, Atma is myself. So, who am I? That is the question. Now, what we are doing is this self-inquiry. Atma Vichara. This Vichara, this Atma Vichara, this Tattva Viveka Vichara, discriminative inquiry, it will lead us to the vision of the Shastram, which the Shastram says, Atma Satyaha. Everything else is Nitya. Tadanyata Sarvam Nitya. This Tattva Viveka Vichara, it will take us to this vision of the Shastra. Atma is Satyam. Satyam is that which exists independently. Satyam doesn't need anything for its existence. Nitya cannot exist independent of Satyam. Nitya cannot enjoy the same status as Satyam. Nitya cannot enjoy the same status as Satyam to have independent existence. Nitya cannot exist without Satyam, whereas Satyam exists by itself. It means Atma, that is the capital I within quote. Whenever I say I, it is the capital quote within quote I. Atma, the I, it exists independently, and therefore the definition is Atma Satyaha. Atma is Satyam. Satya Atma. Atma is I. Atma is not that something which is not totally unknown to me. Atma is being I. Atma is not that something which is totally unknown to me. I know Atma. If I know Atma, then is not Shruti repeating what I know already? Then is it not like Shruti saying that water is cold, fire is fire, which I already know? It's a known fact. Why should Shruti tell me the same thing which I already know? If it is so, then Shastram cannot be a Pramanam. Shastram need not tell me that. If Atma is not totally known to me, then Shruti can tell me what is Atma. And therefore, Shruti gets the status of Pramanam. Anadhigata, Abhadita, Arthavat, Phala, Bodhakam, Brahma Shruti has a status of being a Pramanam. But we seem to know Atma. What is our conclusion of Atma, the I? Before we come to study Vedanta, we take for granted that I am this body-mind sense complex. We don't think, and therefore we have many assumptions. The conclusion that I am this body-mind sense complex is so strong in us that the condition of the body is a condition of me. The features of the body are the features of me, myself. The sickness of the body is a sickness of me. The well-being of the body is a well-being of the me. Therefore, when the body is sick, I say I am sick. When the body is well, I am well. When the body is tall, I am tall. When the body is short, I am short. When the body is fat, I am fat. When the body is lean, I am lean. When the body is fair, I am fair. When the body is beautiful, I am beautiful. When the body is handsome, I am handsome. When the body is ugly, I am ugly. So, what I am is decided by the features of the body. What I am is decided by the conditions of the body. And also of the mind. Conditions of the body and the mind. This is my conclusion before coming to Vedanta. And this seems to be a strong conclusion. This conclusion is like a wood claiming that it is only table. A wood claiming it is only a table. A gold claiming that it is only a chain. A fiber claiming that it is only a shawl. The form of the table as though it becomes a deciding factor of what the wood is. The form of the chain as though becomes a deciding factor of what gold is. The shall as though decides what a fiber is. Now, this is the conclusion of, this is the condition of I also. I also is in the same condition. When I gain the knowledge of medicine, say for example, this I within double quote, I becomes a doctor. I becomes a doctor. Okay. Grammatically it is it's not correct, but I is within quote. Okay. I becomes a doctor. When I gain the knowledge of software, I becomes a software professional. When I gain the knowledge of the social and the criminal law, civil law, I becomes a lawyer. The same way I becomes a physicist, chemist, biologist, professor, scientist, nuclear physicist, astrophysicist. What will happen when the I gain the knowledge of Atma? When the I gain the knowledge of Atma as folded by the Shastram, then this I becomes a Jnani. Before becoming a Jnani, this I was a Samsari. This I was a Ajnani. After Jnanam, it becomes a Jnani. But before becoming a Jnani, this I has various notions about itself. It identifies itself with the gross body and the subtle body. This I is as though conditioned by the gross body and the subtle body. I will explain how it is. Our idea of I is this body, mind, sense complex. Identified with this body, with the body, I am a bundle of matter called body. It gets nourished with food and it is made up of various chemical elements. This body grows, undergoes a lot of changes, and after some years it decays. Finally, this body dies also. And the death of the body is the death of me. The death of the body, the date of death of the body is the date of death of me. This is the condition of I before it becomes enlightened. My identification with this body and mind is so evident and it is so intense because all my responses to the external stimulus are all based on the conditions of this body and mind. I know I have a date of birth. I know I have a place of birth, and therefore I say I am an Indian, I am an American, I am an Australian, I am a Canadian. I speak a particular language, and based on that I say I am a Tamilian, I am a Kannadiga, I am a Marathi, I am a Telugu. Now I am sitting in my room. This body is sitting, so I am sitting. The location of the body is the location of me. Therefore, the locus of I is the body. I am getting old. Body is getting old, so I am getting old. But does the I get old? That we have to think. Does the I get old ever? I am a husband or a wife of someone, father or mother of someone, which means again I am looking at myself through the body matter only. I am a man, I am an Indian, I am a Hindu, I am a Brahmin, I belong to a particular Gotra, I am fair, I am handsome. All these conclusions are based on my identification with the gross body, Stula Shariram. Similarly, when I identify with the mind, which is subtle, Sukshma, I say, I know Sanskrit, I am a scientist, I am intelligent. These are my identifications. We are so intelligent to understand that table is wood and wood is not a table because wood can be transformed into any forms. Wood can be transformed into chair, cot, other forms. But when it comes to me, I fail to recognize that this body is not me. This mind is not me. I am what? That is what we are going to discuss, understand now by this inquiry, Atma Vichara. We are going to take up every word in this definition and discuss. Okay. What is the difference between this matter bundle called body and any other matter bundle which is outside of me? This, my body is a living matter. It's a conscious body because of me. The matter which is outside of me is inert. A stone is inert. A mountain is inert. Therefore, the consciousness, Chaitanyam, the word for consciousness is Chaitanyam. Therefore, the Chaitanyam, it seems to be a property of this body. Unlike an object, outside object which has inertness as its property. Because of this consciousness, this body has respect. This body is respected. And therefore, this body is referred by he or she and all. And later one day it will become just a body. That consciousness is a property of the body is our understanding in the beginning before we come to Vedanta. It is not only a common man's understanding. In fact, all the scientists and researchers also, they will confirm that when the matter joined together, when they are put together either by chance or by some circumstances to become the body, somehow this mysteriously life manifests in the matter. This is the conclusion, their conclusion of the scientists and the researchers. If the same idea is told by a philosopher, then that philosophy is called a system. It's a school of philosophy. We have such systems in our tradition also. The person who holds this such view is called Charuvaka. It's called a Charuvaka. And the system is called Charuvaka Darshanam. Darshanam means a school of philosophy. The source of this Charuvaka Darshanam, this materialistic philosophy, is supposed to be Brihaspati himself. Brihaspati is a Devaguru. He propounded the philosophy, it seems. But the purpose of this philosophy it was to mislead the Asura. It was to mislead the Asura to make them feel that they are nothing but this body, mind, sense complex. So therefore this Brihaspati is supposed to be the founder of this philosophy, and Brihaspati's Pratama Shishya, first Shishya was Charuvaka. Charuvaka was a first Shishya. Charu means sweet, sweet, Vak means speech. So one who speaks very sweetly, that's called Charuvaka. All the materialistic philosophies are like that. It is very sweet to hear. Therefore, this darshanam is called Charuvaka Darshanam. We are all Charuvakas only in the beginning, holding the same view, identifying with this body, mind, sense complex. Later, when we grow, we understand and we grow in our thinking and come to Vedanta. A Charuvaka, he knows he only as this, his only means of knowledge is sense perceptions. They accept only what the senses convey, what the sense organs convey. Sense organs can perceive only matter. We have 5 sense organs. That also we are going to discuss later. We have 5 sense organs, and all the things and objects of this world are made of 5 elements, and we are provided with 5 sense organs to recognize those 5 elements or the combination of those 5 elements. In fact, all our means of knowledge, it can study only matter, and matter is nothing made up of these 5 elements. Even when you are checking whether a person is alive or dead, what do? You look into the symptoms of life, like you check the pulse of the person, or you check the ECG. Which are all nothing but the study of matter only. Therefore, we can never study consciousness, Chaitanya. We can never study consciousness, Chaitanya, with all these instruments, because Chaitanya is not matter. Vedanta do not consider that consciousness as either matter or property of the matter. Consciousness is independent of the body, and it is totally, altogether distinct from the body. This is to be understood in the sense we discussed earlier. It is called Chit. It is called Chit or Chaitanyam. If Atma is I, the Chaitanyam, the consciousness, then how can I, the Chaitanyam, be equated to the body? How can we equate Chaitanyam to the body? If it is so, then the body becomes Satyam. But body doesn't exist independently. It depends on other things for its existence. Therefore, body cannot be Atma. When an ignorant person he uses the word I, that I refers to the body. I refers to the body having consciousness. But we the Vedantis say, I refer to consciousness having a temporary body. The body being Nitya. The body is incidental. It comes and goes. Agamapayinaha in the language of Gita. Just like from the wood, table is made. Table is only incidental. Wood is a substantive. Table is Nitya, wood is Satyam. Similarly, body and the mind are incidental. But consciousness, the Chaitanyam, it is always there. Body and mind are Nitya. Chaitanya, Atma is Satyam. And this Chaitanyam consciousness is called Atma. So here, in the definition, Atmataha, the text defines Atma, Atma positively as to what it is. And it negates what Atma is not. It negates what Atma is not in the beginning itself. Stula Sukshma Karana Sharirat Vyatirittaha Panchakosha Titaha Avastataraya Sakshi. It means it says what Atma is not. Atma Stula Sukshma Karana Sharirat Vyatirittaha means what? It is distinct from Stula Sukshma Karana Sharira. So it is negating what Atma is not. So what Atma is to be understood and what Atma is not. Both are given in the definition. Now, what Atma is not? What Atma is not is Anatma. Anatma is also mentioned. Why? Because there is a mix-up. What Atma is not is Anatma, the body matter. For the sake of convenience of our study, for our inquiry, this body or the matter is divided into various layers. Like a country is divided into various states, districts and taluks and panchayats for convenience of administration. So too here the body is divided into various layers, and we are going to do threadbare analysis of each layer before dismissing them as Anatma. And Atma is distinct from all these layers. That is what we are going to do. We must understand one thing very clearly. Body and mind, they are Anatma. Anatma is Nitya. It is just like table and chair are Nitya. But wood is Satyam. Can Nitya exist without Satyam? Can Nitya exist without Satyam? No. Therefore, since Nitya cannot exist without Satyam, we can say Nitya is because of Satyam. Nitya is because of Satyam. But Satyam is not because of Nitya. Table and chair are because of wood. But wood is not because of table and chair. Nitya is because of Satyam. Satyam is not because of Nitya. Extending the same logic here, Anatma is Nitya. Nitya is because of Satyam, and therefore Anatma is because of Satyam. Atma is Satyam. Anatma exists because of Satya Atma. Therefore, Nitya Anatma is because of Satya Atma. But Satya Atma is not because of Nitya Anatma. I hope you understand. Now, this body is divided into three from the angles from the body angle. as Sharira Trayam. Sharira Trayam. Trayam means three, Sharira is body. From another angle, this body will be divided into 5 layers. That is Kosha Panchakam. Panchakosha Titaha is there in the definition. Kosha Panchakam. That is 5 levels of experience. Either it is Shariratrayam or Panchakosham, it is matter only. It is just matter. Atma is none of them. Please understand. Whether it is Shariratrayam or Panchakosham or by any other way you look upon this body, it is only matter. Atma is none of them. Shariratrayam or Panchakosham, they are anatma. Anatma is because of Atma, but Atma is none of them. This is something important to understand. This is the essence of Vedanta. Anatma is because of Atma, but Atma is none of them. Wave is water. Wave. Wave is water, but water is not the wave. Tsunami waves, the huge waves are there. The huge waves are nothing but water. Water is not a wave. Without water, there are no waves. But waves exist because of water. Therefore, the content of wave is nothing but water. In the same way, whether it is Shariratrayam or Kosha Panchakam, they exist because of Atma. But Atma doesn't exist because of them. Therefore, Atma is Stula Sukshma Karana Sharirat Vyatirittaha. Stula Sukshma Karana Sharirat Vyatirittaha. Atma, which is the consciousness, Chaitanyam, it is distinct. Vyatirittaha. Vyatirittaha means Anyaha. It is distinct from the 3 bodies, Sharirat Trayam. The word distinct, it should be understood properly. Vyatirittaha, Anyaha. Also, when we translate the word Atma as consciousness, that also should be understood properly. Body is you. Mind is you. But you are not the body. You are not the mind. You are not the senses. Body exists, mind exists, sense organ exists because of you. They have their existence because of you. When I say that you are consciousness, it means that you are like water. Water exists independently, independent of wave. My body, mind, sense organs, they are like the waves. They resolve as though in Atma, the consciousness. Dissolution means it is disappearance. So it is like waves dissolving into the water. Only the form disappears. Only the form of the wave disappears because a form is not a substance. Similarly, Anatma disappears. Only the form disappears, but not Atma. That is why Krishna says in the Gita, Ashocyan anvashochasvam prajnavadanscha bhashate gatasuna gatasunscha nanushocanti panditaha. Gatasuna gatasuncha. So, a pandita, a jnani, he will not worry about those who are alive and those who are dead. Because what goes away, what dies away is only the anatma. Atma never dies. So death is like the waves dissolving into the water. Waves do not change into water. Water need not give up its waveform to become itself. Even in waveform, it is nothing but water. The waves on the water, they are inseparable. When we say water is distinct from the waves, it doesn't mean wave and water are different. It doesn't mean water should give up its waveform to become itself. Even with the form of wave, it is water only. There is no conversion of water into waves or waves into water. The Swarupam, the nature of waves is water. Waves come and go, but water is there forever. So too here also. Please understand. Therefore, body is Atma, but Atma is not the body. Body is Atma. Atma is not the body. We cannot stop with the first sentence saying body is Atma. If we stop with that, But with that sentence, then we will become Charvakas. For Charvakas, this body is Atma. Therefore, they take care of the body so much and they enjoy all the sense objects with the sense organs because for them body is Pradhanam. They identify with completely identify with the body. For them there is no punyam or papam because when the body dies, Atma also dies because body is Atma and therefore there is no punarjanma, no rebirth and there is no, therefore they don't have to suffer for papam or enjoy for punyam because they don't, no punyam, no papam for what? Because once the body dies, Atma also dies. No rebirth is there for Atma. This is their philosophy. They say, in fact, rinam krutva kritam tibet, bhasmi bhutasya dekasya punaragamanam kutaha. This is their philosophy. Rinam krutva kritam tibet. Borrow money from others and have ghee. This ghee is expensive. Even in those days it is expensive. Maybe because of the process. Ghee is expensive. You enjoy ghee. Add that ghee in your daily food. Even if you don't have money, you borrow money from others and enjoy. So, enjoy the sense objects with all the sense organs. This is their philosophy. Live happily as long as you live and enjoy. This body will go to ashes one day and it will not come back to suffer. So, therefore, only one chance now. You enjoy. This is their philosophy. Therefore, we cannot stop with the first sentence saying body is Atma. Body is Atma, but Atma is not the body. This must be clearly understood. Stula Shariram is Atma, but Atma is not the Stula Shariram. Similarly, Sukshma Shariram is Atma, but Atma is not the Sukshma Shariram. Karana Shariram is Atma, but Atma is not the Karana Shariram. Here in the definition of Atma, Stula Sukshma Karana Sharirat Vyatirittaha Panchakoshatitaha Avastatre Sakshi Sachidananda Rupavasan Yakatichati Sa Atma. Here in this definition we have got many words are there. Each word we are going to take up for our discussion. So this topic will run for some maybe 3 or 4 classes it will go. So Stula Shariram. Let us take that word Stula. Stula Shariram. Stula Shariram is that the physical body. Physical body is gross. It is tangible. It is available for our sense organs, 5 sense organs. You can see, you can touch, you can smell, and so on. Sukshma Shariram is the subtle body. A body which is not gross, it's subtle. Subtle doesn't mean it is like a small, tiny creature like bacteria or virus. No. Even bacteria and virus, they are perceptible with some instruments. Microscopes and some scopes are there available. But when we say what we say subtle is that which is not available for perception at all. Perception using the 5 sense organs. But it can be it is perceivable in a different way in terms of understanding of the vision of the Shastra. From the words of the Shastra we can understand what it is. Let us see what it is. We will not take any word for granted. We will see each word and see what it is. A dead body is also Stula Shariram only. When the body is alive, the body is Stula Shariram. A dead body is also Stula Shariram. It is not intangible. It is tangible. Even a dead body is tangible. But there is a difference between a dead one and a live one. What makes a body alive? There is something, whatever it is, which makes it alive. That is what we say, Sukshma. Something is there in the body which makes the body alive. And that is Sukshma. We don't see it. If a cell is alive, there is something in that cell which makes it alive. It is not tangible. Therefore, this entire Stula Shariram, it is blessed by something else, and that is Sukshma Shariram. It is subtle. Anything that dies as a Sukshma Shariram. A rock or a stone doesn't have a Sukshma Shariram because it doesn't die. A tree has a Sukshma Shariram because it dies. There is a dead tree. An insect dies. It has a Sukshma Shariram. A bug dies. it has a Sukshma Shariram. This body dies, it has a Sukshma Shariram. Therefore, there is something called Sukshma Shariram. Suppose a person who is known to you, your friend, suppose he is living in a room. You knock at the door of the person and you are calling him. But the door was open. So you knock the door for some time and you find the door is open. You enter the room. You find your friend is lying down on the cot. You call him with his name and there is no response. Then you go to him, you go near to him. Now you are shaking that person. You shake that person and wake him up. There is no response. Then slowly you feel that fear. Now you pour some water on his face and tries to wake him up. He doesn't get up. Then you get alarmed. Immediately, what you do? You take his hand and feel the pulse. You check whether the pulse is there or not. Because it is a means. It is a means to know whether this body is alive or not. And there is no pulse. Now what will you do? You call the doctor. The doctor comes and checks the pulse and examines the person and says, it's too late, he has gone. Gone? Who has gone? Where has he gone away? I can see my friend lying on the cot. He is 6 foot tall. He is lying on the cot, stretching his legs. He is lying there. The whole of my friend is there. All of my friend is not there. Really speaking, all of my friend is not there. Sthula Shariram is there. But something from him has gone. What is that something? That Sukshma Shariram has left the body. The person, physical body, Sthula Shariram is there. There's something missing in him. What is that? Sukshma Shariram. What is that Sukshma Shariram? That also the author himself will say, what is Sukshma Sharira? What is Sthula Sharira, he would explain, and what is Sukshma Sharira also, he will explain. The Sukshma Sharira is supposed to have 17 components, which we will see in detail later, when the author raises a question, Sukshma Sharira. And this Karana Shariram is causal body. It is causal body, not casual body. Causal body is that which is in the causal form. The body which is in the causal form. All the 3 bodies we will discuss later. Now, this Atma, Chaitanyam, is distinct from the body, from the 3 bodies. I am distinct from all the 3 bodies. This is the inquiry from the angle of body. In Vedanta, we have different methods of inquiry, different methods of analysis. This methods of analysis is called Prakriya. There is a word for that, Prakriya. The methods of analysis is called Prakriya. One Prakriya is this Shariratraya Prakriya. Shariratraya Prakriya. In this Prakriya, we look at the body from 3 different angles, from Sthula point of view, from Sukshma point of view, from Karana Sharira point of view, and establish that Atma is distinct from all the 3 bodies. We dismiss the Sthula, Sukshma, Karana Sharira as Nitya and establish Atma is Satyam. Because of the Satya Atma, this Sthula, Sukshma, Karana Shariram has existence. All the 3 bodies, they borrow their existence from Atma, whereas Atma is independent of all the 3 bodies. This is what is defined in the definition. Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, Sharirat, Vyatiriktah, Atma. From the angle of 5 koshas also. Kosha literally it means cover. From the angle of kosha also, this body will be divided into 5 layers. 5 layers. Pancha. Atitaha means transcending. Atitaha is transcending, or one who is beyond. Atitaha is beyond. It means Vyatiriktah. Panchakosha Titaha is Vyatiriktah. Koshaha. Koshaha is Koshavat. Koshavat Achadakatvat Koshaha. That is, this is cupboard, this cupboard is called kosha. This cupboard is used, it is used to keep the sword inside. The sword is kept inside this cupboard. Yes, cupboard, it covers the sword. Even the dress what we wear is a kind of a kosha only, because it covers the body. So kosha means cover. Here the body is that what we have said, it is counted as 5 koshas. The 3 bodies is looked upon as 5 koshas. That is because every individual has universally these 5 levels of experience, and at each level there is a mistake we commit. Atma, really speaking, it is not covered by anything. Atma cannot be covered by anything. Atma is limitless. How can you cover it? So consciousness cannot be covered. But you can mistake this I for the physical body. Then the body becomes as though a cover, as though a kosha. So it is a mistake to think that Atma is somewhere underneath, which is covered by so many koshas, 5 layers of koshas, one by one. And we have to remove one by one to identify the Atma. It's not like that. It is as though cover. It is as though the cover. Atma is as though covered by these 5 koshas. It is the another point of analysis. That is the kosha panchaka prakriya. So we have shariratraya prakriya, kosha panchaka prakriya. And this physical body is called annamaya kosha. Because it is a kosha, it is a cover made of what? Annam. Annam means food. Annam means food. It is made of food, means it is the food modified into the form, into this form, kosha. But this kosha is mistaken for myself to be the body, and because of that I miss the Atma. This physical body offers itself as a locus to commit a mistake. So this is what this author is going to point out by all these prakriyas. As I told before, this identifying with this physical body, I say I am tall, I am black, I am fair, I am white. All this identification, it reveals a mistake. Mistakes committed. The same mistake is committed at the Sukshma level also. Then the Sukshma Shariram at the Stula level, it is the Stula Sharira is the Annamaya Kosha. At the Sukshma level, it is divided into 3 koshas. At the Sukshma level, it is divided into 3 koshas. Sukshma Sharira is divided into 3 kosha. What are those 3 kosha? Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, and Vijnanamaya kosha. Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha. The first one is Annamaya kosha, that is from the Stula Sharira. Stula Sharira is Annamaya kosha. From the Sukshma Sharira, it is divided into 3: Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, Annamaya kosha. At every level, there is a mistake we commit. Therefore, it is we negate what Atma is not. And at the Karana Sharira level, it is Anandamaya kosha. It is the Anandamaya kosha. We are going to take up everything in every word, everything in detail and discuss. Now I'm just giving you the meaning of this definition. Meaning of the words in this definition. Avastatraya Sakshi. Avastha means the state or the condition. Traya means 3. Sakshi is a witness. So we have 3 states of experience. Avastatraya. One is the waking state, Jagrat Avastha. The other one is the dream state, Swapna Avastha. The third one is the Sushupti Avastha, deep sleep state. So, the one who is present in all the three states of experience, but is none of them. The one who is a Sakshi, who is a witness of all the three states of experience, in three states of experience he is there. What happens is, in each state is identified with that and commits a mistake. Therefore, Atha says, Avastatraya Sakshi. He is a witness of all the three states, but is not confined to a particular state of identification. Therefore, Avastatraya Sakshi. And what is Satchidananda Rupaha? That is something we have to discuss elaborately. That we will take up our discussion in the next class. We'll stop here. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hare Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hare Om. If you have any doubt, you can ask me.